going up the attic. We have this reflective panel, which has 2 inches of sheathing, foam sheathing, to give it about R10 value. And the reason for that is that we built a attic hatch. This is the lid for the hatch. Kept it lightweight so you can very easily push it out of the way. And what we did was we built this hatch with some 2x6s over here, 2x4s as stops for the insulation board to sit on. We sealed all the joints with a polyfoam, okay, all around. And if you notice, it's at the same level as this deck. So there was a deck here originally. It was 1/2-inch plywood on top of the existing floor joist, and we built up the hatch for the insulation board to sit on, and we built up the deck 6 inches with 2x6s all around. We created a larger area over here for the deck and an extension over there as far as we can go before we had to get into some structural modifications for the roof, which I detailed in previous videos. And then we have a little catwalk over here as well for easy access. So this deck actually is 12 inches above the ceiling, because you have a 2x6 ceiling joist and 2x6 framing for the deck. That means insulation can be installed underneath there to give you an R-38 insulation. Minimum requirement for insulation is R-30, and we have minimum R-38 in this house. Anywhere where you see insulation above the deck, that's another 6 inches of insulation. You know, you get these insulations in bundles, and you had to order a certain amount. So we just took all the extra, and we just we doubled up and tripled up insulation where we needed to. So that effectively gives you insulation of R-57 in some areas. So over there at the end of the catwalk, over the master bedroom, you pretty much have R-57 or more insulation back there. Over here, that's R-57. These sections over here, this is facing south, and that's southwest. So over there, that whole section from there beyond the catwalk back is 3 layers of R-19 insulation. Over the main house, again, 3 layers, and some even 4 layers of insulation. Pretty much like that's like got to be like R-70 something, R-76 insulation in some areas. So this house is well insulated. That's in addition to having air sealed all the joints, all penetrations where the wall comes up to the underside of the attic. We sealed those joints wherever there's any air conditioning duct. We sealed that with polyfoam. This house is air sealed. This attic is air sealed. So plenty of insulation, well-built deck. The deck is screwed down so it can very easily be unscrewed to service any lines below it. Any electrical can be serviced. If anyone does any additional future renovating in here, they need to run electric, they can unscrew the deck, run the wires, and screw the deck back on. It's not nailed in. When it's nailed in, it makes it very difficult to do any kind of renovation. So that's the house that we just worked on. It took a long time. A lot of problems with the attic. A lot of problems with the structure. This home was very, some of the framing was very crooked. We had to modify and straighten things out. I literally had to jack up the roof and the rafters in about 6 different spots to get these rafters, new rafters, and the collar beam and these posts into position. But we finally got it done. Plus, when it's 130 degrees in here, you can't really work too long. You can only work effectively half a day. If you work a whole day, you're just working very slow. So it took a long time, but we got it done, and I think it looks pretty good. So this is what we did for Dan Fox over here in Ashford West.